Good morning, guys. Lillian with Lily Ray's Collection. Welcome to Freebie Friday. I know that I've been MIA, but I haven't been feeling well, and a couple of things, just have been going on, and, things that just need to be taken care of. And when you're sick, you really can't do much. So I'm back. Today is Friday. So I will be posting this today, but I wanted to show you, this is just a TN insert, and this is a mixed media page that I created, so this is from my collection, and I wanted to show you how you can do, or what you can do with such a simple insert. So I'm going to go ahead, cut this, and then we'll put this together. Alright, I've cut everything out and we're ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to score this down the middle. And for the newbies, I want to just say that these lines here are just an indication of for you to be able to see top and bottom when you place your paper there, because these grooves are so light, it helps to have the black lines. So all you do is score those lines. And then remember to score the sides or your tabs, so you could tuck it in and you'll have a pocket in your insert. This is an insert for a traveler's notebook. You could make, print it out as many times as you want and create your own TN. And this is a mini one. So that's going to go like that. If you wanted to cover this up, you could. I'm going to leave it just as is because I use cream colored paper to do this. So that's going to be like that. Let me take this out of the way. I've already cut the paper, and that's going to go in like that, and that fits perfectly. And you can use your scraps. This measures 3 inches in width. So any scraps that you have when you cut your cardstock down, the big strips, just save them, and this is what you could use them for. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and I have to get my little cushion to poke this. This is a squishy, I don't know what you call this, but I glued 2 of them together, and this helps when I'm going to poke this, when I'm going to use this, to poke my holes in here. So here's how I do it. Let me get some paper clips. I clip it so that it doesn't move with big paper clips. And then I am going to just, this is a Tim Holtz pokey tool. And then what I'm going to do is I do the center first. And I guesstimate. I don't have a template for that. You can make your own template if you'd like. I'm just going to put in 3 holes, and I have about 10 sheets here. Keep your paper clips in. I already have my needle threaded, and what I do is I start on the outside. Actually, I should start on the inside so that my thread ends up on the inside. So I have this one here. I just put it under here. I hope I'm in camera here. To make sure I don't pull too hard. Then I go to the bottom one, all the way up to the top, and then back to the center. And I just put the strings on opposite side. If you want to hang something from the strings, you leave it a little longer. If you don't, you just cut them off. And what I do is I do a surgeon's knot, which is wrapping it twice in the circle. Just like that. And then I tug, make sure that the back is okay. And then I tie it. And don't pull too hard because you can snap the string. It's happened, and boy is that frustrating. Again, another surgeon's knot. Tie it, and you're done. And then I cut these even. I don't cut these off until I'm done, because I haven't decided if I'm going to put anything on those strings or not. But you can. You can put buttons, you can put anything that you like. Two papers glued together in shape of a heart. Anything you want. But we're going to keep it the colors of Halloween. So we'll have to come up with something orangey or black. Okay. So that's that. I want my pocket to be on this side. So we're going to go ahead. And I'm going to use, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to use my tape runner. And if you get tape outside, just like I did there, you just curl it in. This one doesn't have enough tape. Let's see if I could. There we go. Okay, and you just fold those in. And you have a pocket right there. I should have inked that edge, but of course I didn't, and I do want to ink the outside of this. With this sheet of paper, we're going to make it an envelope to fit into that pocket. So this is 3 in width, and in length this is 5 3/4. So let's look at this here. This is my punch board. We can do an envelope 3 by 5. So that means I have to cut my paper 6 by 3/4 and 6 by 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I redid my envelope. This one is now at 2.5. Okay, so this one's going to fit right in there perfectly. I don't know what happened. Alright, so let's go ahead and I'm going to use my tape runner. I don't like this peak here, so what I do is I just try to fold it so that it folds in, wrapping around that, just about there. So we're going to take a little piece of tape there, fold that in, and then take, and normally I would use glue, but this paper is so thin that I think the glue would wobble it. make it wobbly. Okay, so you have your envelope there. And I wanted to try this red brick ink oxide. It's new for me, this color. It looks like it's like crimson, not completely red. Oh, it's nice. I like it. Alright, and that's how you color your hole reinforcements. Let's just put a touch of red around the envelope. Okay, and I have a piece of black cardstock. Just to use as an insert. That's perfect. And then this you can just tuck here. But first, let me wipe this down. Okay. So I want to ink my booklet because my paper line has some red in it. And see how that brings it out more. And ink it on both sides. I hope I'm in view of the camera. I forget sometimes that I'm recording. I didn't think I was going to like this red brick, but it's pretty nice. If you wanted to do some sort of color inside, just a little bit of shading, what you do is you hold the brush at an angle and you just to shade the inside a little bit. This way it's not so stark, and you can do the same thing here. Okay, I don't want to make this video too long because I always go over. Alright, so we have that, right? We have our envelope. So we're going to put that right in there. And then we can take as a closure, we're going to use, this is seam binding, lace seam binding, and I want to wrap it around twice like this, but of course coming to the front, just like that. But before I did that, I want to put some buttons on the end of that, but I also would like to use something to kind of frame this here, and use this, the word boo, in the red. So, and these are just scraps that I'm using. Go ahead and do the same thing. It's about using your imagination and the scraps that you have. Okay, so now, let's see, it's gonna go like this. Hope it's big enough. Yeah. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm going to stamp it randomly off. And this has a web. Let me just wipe. This is nice and, the pad is nice and juicy. We want it upside down. And then one last time right there. Okay. Now we can put this right here as framing it. But before we do that, I've moved everything around and I don't have everything at hand. Alright, I found my gold. This is like a paste. It's gold, it's artsy. We're just gonna take a little bit of it. Oh man, my nails are gonna get in there. And we're gonna put it right around the card. Just a hint. Set that aside, and then I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to go ahead and center this as best we can. Okay, so we have that now, and I want to take, should we do be nice to do both of them together, the gold and the black, or the copper and the black. If I had time, I would sew this together. But for now, what I'm going to do, and this is how it could work for you as well, just take it, tie it in the center, or as center as you can get it. I'm eyeballing this. Okay, that'll keep the strings together. Just take that out of the way, and then we can use, let's see if this is going to work. No, those are too big. Let me, let's see, if we can use this instead. We'll use 2 of these. These are the ball pins. And we'll take it. We'll take the end of each of the strings, put it through, making sure that these meet, right, because one is longer than the other. Put it through, and then maybe just dangle, you know, two buttons from it. Let me put a white one on there too. 2 may be too much, but let's just see what happens. Okay, and then you turn it and you put the buttons on the big side, and there you have your dangle. So let's try it on this side. Do the same thing, make sure that these are even enough. Put it in the first one, second one, and I think this one's going to be too big, but let's see, for the purpose of this video, make sure that your pin is closed. There. So now it's closed, and now you have another. And then I also wanted to add a hole here to add just something right here on this corner. That may be too far in, but let's see. I should have made the hole a little bigger. To use another bulb pin with a larger button. This one may be too large. And then it'll just lay right there like that. Alright, so you could also, let's see, you could glue this to the back of it. So let's say I'm going to guesstimate the center. So now your closure is glued down, and now you take it and you make the prettiest bow you can. And don't cut it because you want all this luscious lace to be shown. Look how pretty. And that is your Freebie Friday. Isn't it pretty? And you can use that, you know, it's an insert for your TN. Alright guys, well, I hope that you enjoyed this session. And it will be up on the Facebook page, my private Facebook page. And also the video will be out today. Take care and happy Friday.